Good afternoon. My name is Maria Pagliaselli. I'm the CEO of Providence Charter School. And as promised, this is a recording of the town hall information that was shared Monday evening, August 5th. That evening's presentation did not record. And so I apologize, you will get the same information. However, you will not hear all of the questions that were brought up by the participants. The good news is this will be a much shorter video to watch because I think Monday evening we went for about an hour and 20 minutes. So the main information that we want to give you in these slides are some changes that make things different for students, mostly in our grades 6, 7, and 8. That evening, Monday evening, we did have one of our Board of Trustees members, Jean Furkatish, there because this restructuring was discussed at length with our board. We also had Shannon Ikini, our Chief Academic Officer. Any questions related to curriculum assessment and instruction can be directed to her. Mrs. Yana Shaughness, our PCS Central Principal, also shared some information. And I basically went over our goals that evening were to explain the reasons for restructuring in grades 6 to 8 and answer any questions you have. So please feel free to reach out to any of us if you do have additional questions. And outside of the restructuring in grades 6 to 8, we also had some other information about new initiatives for the 24-25 school year. So what is happening? What's been restructured? Well, our core classes in grades 6 through 8 for English language arts and math will no longer have co-teachers. And so that initially sounds alarming to everyone, but if you can hang in there with me for a slide here, I'll show you what's happened to our enrollment in these grades. Our 6 through 8 science and social studies classes will continue to have co-teachers because there's going to be some combination of teachers and grades in one room. So when a 7th, 8th grade science class is happening, a 6th grade science teacher might be there assisting. And on the days when it's a 6th grade science class, a 7th, 8th science teacher will be there also able to assist. So basically the resulting average for teacher to student ratio will be 1 to 13. And many people who come to Provident are used to hearing a 1 to 6 teacher student ratio. So our academic classes, ELA math, science, and social studies will be a little bit larger in grades 6 through 8, but our intervention classes, the WIN or What I Need classes for English language arts, math, Wilson, or Orton Gillingham instruction will continue to be in small groups. And that resulting average teacher to student ratio will be 1 to 6. So where it matters, that will stay the same. And why are we doing this? Our mission statement is here. We're designed to serve children with dyslexia and other language-based learning differences to help them access their potential, provide a high-quality, well-rounded, education that is delivered through multisensory instructional methods. Our students move into high school prepared to succeed and confident in their own abilities. With the enrollment trends that we've been seeing, our students would be in classes with maybe 5 or 6 students, and that will not help prepare them for what they will see in 7th or 8th grade if they leave in 6th or 7th, or the kind of class sizes they will see in high school. So we're interested in preparing them to be successful in high school, and by having a little bit larger classes in grades 7 and 8, they will be able to practice being in a bit of a larger group. There could be a number of reasons that our enrollment trends have been changing, but this year we're looking at 28 students to graduate in 8th grade. This year we had 33. So some families leave in grade 6 or 7 because their home school is transitioning to a new building, and it's understandable they want their child to be part of that transition. Others because they, really don't need the intense level of support that we provide. Oops, I clicked right through that. But for whatever reason, our 7th and 8th grade has become markedly smaller. And so it's just really not a responsible use of our funds and human resources to have 2 teachers in an ELA class with 6 students. Also, the third reason is that we've taken some of those teachers in grades 6 to 8, and we've actually placed them in positions as interventionists. And so these teachers then are able to work on English language arts, math, Wilson or Orton Gillingham instruction with small groups up to 6. And these interventionist positions also will take a much more active role in terms of case management of students' IEPs, their individualized education plans. These IEPs require a lot of data collection and progress monitoring, and the interventionists are the ones who will be doing that. And they therefore then will be managing the students' IEP throughout the year. And that will just be a whole lot more efficient service delivery, as well as consistency for students and families. Some other additional changes in grades 6 through 8. There will be an extension of some minutes, instructional minutes, English language arts and math. I think we went from about 43 minutes to 55. So about a 25% increase in the number of minutes for ELA and math. And this is just based on how we structured the daily schedule. Also, a 25% increase in the number of minutes for reading intervention and a 35% increase in the number of minutes for math intervention. We need this. We have some work to do in the area of math. And so this is a nice gift of time. Science and social studies will operate on what we call an AB schedule with these extended blocks of 85 minutes every other day. And that is why I explained earlier that one of the grade level teachers will be able to function as a co-teacher in the alternating grade. Few other changes in grades 6 to 8. We will have some differentiated related arts courses. For Taekwondo, now there can be a choice or a designation of a Team Storm block or just general Taekwondo. These Team Storm students used to have to make choices, either go to recess or be on Team Storm or participate in the musical or be on Team Storm. And that's not really, what would be happening in other places. So our team really did a great job in building a schedule that can have these improvements. In music, there will be an option for general music, chorus, instrumental. And that is really exciting to see that kind of get started at our school. In computer science, grade 6 will focus on coding and grade 7 and 8 will focus on programming. And our classes of art, digital media, literacy, and physical education will be separated by grade bands, grade 6, and then grade 7 and 8. And last year they were all combined. So these were all suggestions made by the related arts teachers and as well as some families. I mean, we've been wanting to start instrumental for some time. We have something called academic extension in grades 6 through 8. It's a 25-minute period, and these will run in 12-week rotations. We are adding an executive function skills course for grade 7, a Google Applied course for grade 6, study skills in grade 6, and a new requirement, financial literacy in grade 8. And these are a result of some changes in Pennsylvania standards. And we will continue to have environmental literacy, financial literacy, computer applications, and consumer and family science. There will also be a health course, I believe, in grade 7 and 8 as well. New grading system. So this will be combining traditional grades, the A, B, C, D, and standards-based gradings, which is what we have had That often, we've heard from families that that's confusing. The standards-based grading, well, what does it mean? Is it a B or is it a C? So students in grades 5 through 8 will receive a traditional overall course grade, A through B, C, D, with either a plus or a minus. Courses in grades 7 and 8 will have some weighted categories of grades as well. Quizzes, tests, projects will be weighted differently. And students will receive an achievement descriptor for each individual state standard. So they'll get a grade, but then you'll receive this rating, like, are they partially proficient in some of the standards in that subject and proficient in the rest, or are they minimally proficient in a few? And you can actually just see which ones they're doing well or need some assistance with. And with regard to students in grades 2 through 5, we are bringing in a part of the Wilson language system, foundations. For our grades 2 through 3, they're going to receive an additional 20 to 25 minutes of explicit phonics instruction through foundations. And there will be an emphasis on handwriting, and this has long been needed. And this is in addition to what we call our Tier 2 ELA What I Need time and Tier 3 Wilson Reading System time. So this is kind of, many schools, this Tier 1 20 to 25 minutes instruction of explicit phonics is just what is good for students still learning to read. We have not had a pretty specific social studies curriculum in these grades, in grades 2 through 5. We've simply taught from the standards, but we are going to, we've purchased a program called the DBQ project, and this program has a deep focus on analysis through writing and discussion of primary and secondary sources, aligned with 4 strands of within social studies. So that is exciting to see happening as well. Finally, you probably have received some information already about PowerSchool. We live in a digital world, and Alma was our previous student information system, and it is being replaced with PowerSchool. Change is always difficult, but we really believe that PowerSchool had the capacity to handle a number of our platforms and sync them together, of which Alma was not able to do. I think you can expect to receive some information soon regarding also a new platform called Dismissal Manager. If you've been at our building at dismissal time, you know it's a little bit hectic, and this will hopefully streamline the buses and parent drop-off, parent pickup process. And that will all be synced through PowerSchool. We've relied on some Google Docs, and I think sometimes our capacity, the internet in that building can't keep up with the multitude of people trying to enter updated information. So hoping that this dismissal manager will be a good solution for us. We also expect our vestibule to be complete. This has been a long process, some supply chain, and I'm not sure, number of issues getting materials, but I am hopeful that we will be using our capture vestibule when school starts. And so then the main entrance will be at the gym door. If you are in need of after-school care, the Sarah Hines House is right at the bottom of our street. The registration is on their website, and we will transport students because unfortunately the 21st Century grant that provided our after-school programming was not renewed. Sarah Hines has care until 6 p.m. and then they even have additional programming from 6 to 9. But you must get to their website and register. It's $25 for the year. You can select as many days or as few days as you wish. It's $25, which is a pretty amazing reduced rate. They have a lot of good programming there. And that concludes the high level what is new for 24-25. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties and not having the full 1 hour and 20-minute session from Monday evening. But please do not hesitate to reach out to us if we can answer any questions. We look forward to seeing you and having a great year. Thank you.